Hey, namaste, YouTube. Adarsh Williams here, broadcasting from the Netherlands. I'm about 1 minute early, so I'll let you all get settled. I'll get myself settled. I'm also going to put this on the Instagram live. Let's see, try to get everything set up so you can get the whole mat there. Excellent. And this will be adjusted too. Yeah. About there, something like that. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. All right, so I will hit the button to go live on Instagram as well, because we can stream on multiple platforms. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Instagram crowd, and welcome to the YouTube crew. Adarsh Williams here, broadcasting from Groningen in the Netherlands, and good to have you with me. We are doing the final week, week 4, day 16 through 20 of the Mysore Challenge. This week, we are getting into some of the more advanced poses, including some of the back bends that you find in the second series that I've integrated here, as well as the inversions, the shoulder stand and the headstand. So we'll work on some options for building up to those poses. The videos for this are all live now on YouTube, where you're at now, and through my podcast channel. So you can just find that everywhere. It's also a video podcast with all of the videos, in which I've been building up day by day, adding one pose per day over a total of 20 days of the Mysore Challenge. Anyway, week 4, getting into the in poses of the Ashtanga series. So no matter whether you're doing second, third, whatever series, you'll always begin the same with sun salutations, and you would finish with inverted postures. These are advanced, and I never want to take that for granted. So take good care of your own neck and upper body so you're not doing anything too risky today. So Mysore Challenge, you can always check out this book. You can get it through the ebook. You can also get a print copy, and you'll just find that probably at a link below or certainly on my website, mysorechallenge.com. So are we ready to do it? Today, we're going to practice just a few sun salutations to get moving. I will skip over some of the material we've covered, standing and seated poses, and I'll get right into the back bends and the inversions. This way, we'll keep everything tight and under 45 minutes, which is the plan today. Thank you so much for joining. So we will stand in Samastitihi, please, at the top of your mat. Excuse me as I occasionally will shift around my position just to try to help you to see more clearly what I'm doing. Peek at the, yes, okay. Make sure that all of the cameras are set up in a way that they're showing. So my socks are on. It's a little chilly here today, but it's okay. The heels are together, and you'll hear me emphasize this often in Ashtanga practice because we're learning to feel the central line of the body. You can feel the inseam of the leg from your heel all the way up to the pelvic floor is zipping up. And here you'll feel that pelvic floor. So in yoga speak, the mula bandha, but you can feel the muscles that support your pelvis from underneath are engaging. And this will begin your primary alignment and stability. Press your palms together. You can close your eyes for this. And we'll just take a moment. When you inhale, and then exhale, the hands pressed together with just enough force that you feel the midsection, the abdominal muscles that wrap all the way around to the back, like a corset, are supporting you. So that when you inhale, the breath feels like it's expanding wide across your rib cage. Even the shoulders feel like they're expanding. And as you exhale, there's a feeling of engagement, like you're zipping everything together, tying your body together. Samastitihi, ready to move forward. Inhaling the eyes open and exhale the hands down. Surya Namaskara. Ekam, 1. Inhale, move the arms forward, up and overhead. Stretch the head, look up to the thumb. Dve, 2. Exhale the fold. Nice and easy as you begin. You're moving the chin in. You're stretching all the way down. As you're doing this movement, imagine that you're a waterfall that's stretching into the body. The hands are a little forward of the feet, the head is moving in. Trini, 3, inhale. The head up. Feel the weight move forward so you're able to feel the weight shift into the arm foundation. Chatwari, 4, exhale. Step back to the high plank. The shoulders stay over the hand, nice and tight at the top, inhaling. We're going all the way down today. So with your exhale, bend the elbows straight back and lower all the way down and stop. Point your feet. We'll revisit this theme later, but we're pushing down through the hips. The legs are active. The legs support you. The hands level to the heart, and we're pulling. So imagine you're doing a pulling action. This way, in the upward facing dog, your feet are pressing down. The body is being pulled through the gateway of the arm. Inhale. And with the exhale, we'll push back. Take a moment to organize your hands and feet. Spread the fingers and the toes. And you can bend the elbows. That will help you to find a bit more shoulder alignment. You can bend the knees so that you're able to find a bit more neutral pelvis alignment. And then when you breathe, you can gradually begin to straighten everything out again. As you breathe, breathe into the back of the heart, looking down to the navel. That's 4 breaths. And 5, exhale, raise the heels, look up to the hands. Now, heels stay lifted. Keep the hips lifted as you rock back like you're loading a spring. Then Sapta will walk. Stay up on your toes. Your high heel yoga shoes as you inhale, halfway lift, so you're opening up. Ashta, 8, exhale the fold. Like you're folding all the way in, the head in. Nawa, 9, press your heels. Inhale. Zip the legs up as you raise the arms, hug the midline, look up. And Samastiti, exhale. Here you should feel steady, like you're putting yourself back together. Ekam, inhale. Hands up, look up. Due. If you feel steady, you can reach the arms by the ears. This will add a bit of weight as you forward fold. Center of gravity a little forward. Then Trini, 3, inhale to look up. You can feel the weight move more onto your toes. Chatwari, step back, high plank. Now you have the option to press low. Pancha, toes point, pulling through the gateway of the arms, legs strong to support. Inhale. Shat, 6, exhale, the downward facing dog. Organize the hands and feet, the elbows and the knees. That way you can start to find neutral positions that your body feels very comfortable. 1, you can focus on the squeezing, the hugging of the midline. 2, meditative gazing down to the navel. 3, with deep ujjayi breath. 4, 5, exhale, raise the heels and look up to the hands. The option to jump, you keep the heels up, the bottom lifted as you rock back. When you jump, land behind the hands and look up. Inhaling. Ashto, exhale the fold. Press your heels. Now what? Inhale, ride the breath, the arms stretch up, look up. And Samastiti, exhale. So each time we're trying to find that neutral position through the pelvis, the ribs, the shoulder. That is the game. We'll do one more time through the A series. Ekam, 1, inhale, the hands up. Dve, exhale the fold. Trini, inhale, opens up, look up, weight forward, Chatwari step or jump. High and low plank. Punch inhaling, legs strong like you're pulling. Shat, Exhale, the downward dog. You're starting to warm up now, so everything feels a little bit easier as you breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale to look front, rock back, sapta, step or jump. Inhale, ashta, exhale. Nawa, inhale, ride the breath. Samastitihi, exhale. Hey, nice and easy. The knees bending, sit low. You can feel that weight. Come inhale, the arms up, look up. Dve, 2, exhale from the hips, and then the knees straightening as you fold into the body. Trini, 3, inhale. Feel the weight, central gravity move forward. Chatwari, exhale. Punch, inhaling. Shat, exhale. Still exhaling, step the right foot behind the hands. Inhale like a warrior. Ashta, keep the shoulder over the hand as you exhale. Nawa, inhale. Dasha, exhale. Still exhaling, step in the left foot. Then inhale. Dwa, dasha, exhale. Trayot, dasha, inhale. Chapturdasha, exhale and catch your breath. 1, focus on the out breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Panchadasha, step or jump. Inhale. Shotasha, exhale. Bend your knees. Saptarasha, inhale. Samastitihi, like you're putting yourself back together. Ekam, inhale. Dve, exhale. Trini, inhale. Chatwari, exhale. Panch, inhale. Shat, exhale. Sapta, right foot. Inhale. Ashta, exhale. Nawa, inhale. Dasha, exhale. Ekadasha, left foot. Inhale. Dwadasha, exhale. Trayodasha, inhaling. Chaptadasha, exhale and regulate your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Panchadasha, jump. Inhale. Shotasha, exhale. Bend your knee. Saptarasha, inhale. Samastitihi. And we'll pause. Very nice. So we'll work on a few of the back bends from the intermediate series of Ashtanga. We're going to travel there through this vinyasa. So just like in our sun salutation. Shalabhasana, this is the grasshopper. So exhaling in Samasthiti, you can feel that your body line is engaging, pressing your palms into the body. Come inhale the arms up, look up. Dve, exhale, nice and deep. You can fold all the way in. Trini, 3, inhale the head up. And it's okay to move the hands quite a bit far forward. That way, when you tilt forward, it's easy to step or jump. High plank. And then exhale, we're going to press all the way down. Now, feet together, push your hip bones into the mat. You should feel that your pubic bone is pushing down and you're pushing it with enough power that your legs are starting to lift up. Can you see that my feet are lifting? I know with my socks there, it might be a little dark, but the pressure you're feeling is here along the butt, the hamstring, reaching your hands way back like you're reaching into your pocket, and look to the nose, Drishti. 1, stay with it. 2, keep everything active as you breathe. 3, hips down. 4, 5, stay there, but bend the elbow. Move the thumb level to the navel. The hand is under the elbow. So that's the sweet spot. And it's like an isometric pull through the back. 1, look to the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale via chaturanga. Adjust the hands forward, curl the toes into the chaturanga. Then, Shat, inhale, upward dog. Sapta, exhale, the downward dog. The bow, Chatwari, inhale to the high plank. Take a moment to adjust your feet together, get tight at the top, and then pressing low, elbows bending straight back, and reset. We're going to do this one in phases. Phase 1, focusing on the leg action. Push the hips into the floor, bend both knees. So your feet are together, knees are together best you can. Now, we want to push down through the hips, the pubic bone, with enough pressure that your knees are lifting. That puts all of the work here where you want it. You can reach your hands back into your pocket as you breathe. 1, hips down. 2, look to the nose, Drishti. 3, so strong. 4, and 5. We'll exit via chaturanga. Hands level to the heart. Pop up and then inhaling, face upward dog. Sapta, exhale the face downward dog. Now we're going to try that bow pose again. This time will be a bit more of the classic bow. Inhale to the high plank and exhale, pressing down. Now pause for a moment, pushing down through the hips, always important here. The knees are bended, but the feet stay close together. That will challenge the range of motion, but you can work on it. Now, reach back with your hands. You're going to hold the feet, maybe. Now the shoulders are rolling. You're pushing down the hip to lift up. Now, as you're lifting the knees up, kick the feet back. As you kick the feet, pull with the arm. And just like all the poses, you can gradually relax and open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale to release. I tell you what, just rest for a moment. You can put one hand on top of the other and take a moment just to let your chin rest down. We're going to do a practice to work on our hip flexors. They're often tight. So this is a great way to release the psoas, the hip flexor. This is called the inchworm. So for this one, bend both knees 90 degrees. Now, here's the movement. It will look a little funny, but try to go with it. We're going to flex the hip. That means pulling the knee up to the chest. You see how my butt's lifting? So try that. Pull your knee in. And we want to pull in so much that the hips, even my mat's starting to slide a little bit. So I'm using the hip flexors to flex, to pull. Okay, about 20 seconds with this. I know it's a little weird, but then once you're ready, you can release down. Okay, next part. Work on a Sphinx pose. In the Sphinx, the elbow is under the shoulder and you're able to stretch up a bit taller. Now, we're going to try kicking that bow pose again. Here, we're using our active extension of the legs to help us to lift higher and more supple. Now, start with that same hips down position, so much that your knees lift. Hold the ankles. And we're rolling the chest back. And then slowly kick up. And 5 breaths. 1. As you breathe. 2. 3. 4. And 5. How was that? Was that any better? Now we're going to do a vinyasa. So we'll try thumbs level to the heart. Keep your legs tight, the toes pointed, the upward facing dog. Pull through the arms. And as you inhale, imagine that you're pulling so much that if you don't stick your feet to the floor, you'll go flying through the arm. Inhaling and exhale, the downward facing dog. Hey, good job. Bend both knees to the mat and we'll pause for a moment. So hopefully you're feeling the powerful release of the hip flexor, and that is so key to our back bend. And that's where we're heading next. So the back bend has 3 basic components. The hip flexors, this represents the lower back. We need a good range of motion through the hip flexors. The next is the spine itself. You got to have a supple spine. The other part is the shoulder overhead position. And we're going to work on that now. This is also prep for your headstand, which we'll officially do in a moment, but this is the drill. Clasp both elbows. I'll show you from this direction so it's easy to see. When you clasp both elbows, put the elbow directly under the shoulder. Now, knees under the hips, curl the toes. Pivot from your elbow and turn the arms out. Can you see what I'm doing here? The elbows and hands are parallel. This is called the feather of the dog. In this position, we're going to inhale, energize the arms. Then in the exhale, lift up the knees. So your elbows pushing into the floor, then push away. And can you move your chest back to the thigh? It's okay to keep the knees bended here. The main thing is that you're able to feel the underside of the shoulder. The muscles here include the serratus anterior. You can feel the lower traps, the lats, rotator cuff. Such a powerful feeling. Now we're going to add to this. To do a full back bend, we would need to lift the elbow. Do that by pressing down the fingers, and you can pop the elbows right off the mat, and you're able to transform into more of a downward facing dog shape. And we'll rest for a moment. Put the knees on the mat. Does that make sense? This is such a helpful movement. I'll show you from this direction so you can see the action again. The elbow is under the shoulder to begin. That's important, gives you a sense of your alignment here. Then external rotation. That means that when you pivot from the elbow, the arm turns out. This is what you want to keep. Yoga teachers will say the eye of the elbow points forward. That way, hopefully I'm still on the camera. Yep. That way, when you're doing your position here, you've got the alignment. And then finally, when you pop the elbows up, you'll keep the action. You see how my shoulders are wide and square? And that helps to prevent that rounding in the shoulder, which often happens. So we're learning to feel that the shoulder work is here at the root of the shoulder. And it's one of those things that until you feel it, until you find it, it's a little tricky. but then once you get it, it'll really make a difference. And it is the foundation of the dog pose, the headstand, the back bend, which is where we're going now, and so many positions. So good to know the feather of the dog. We'll try it one more time, just to practice, and then we'll do the full back bend, and hopefully we'll be able to tie everything together. So take a moment for the feather of the dog. Clasp the elbows, opposite elbow, then pivot from the elbow and turn the arm out. Now, knees are under the hips and curl your toes. The first part of this is just like a downward dog. Push away the arms as you're ready, and then lift up the knees. Keep pushing. Now, don't let your hands go together. You want to keep that width. Now, this is not easy. So if you want to go one arm at a time, it's okay. Just go one by one, and then you can transform yourself into a straight arm dog, but try to feel that the pressure is under the shoulder, at the root of the shoulder, inhaling. And then exhale, just put the knees on the mat, the puppy pose. You can open the knees a little bit wider and just let yourself stretch down for a moment. Yeah, and I know this may be a lot for you if you're not used to doing these movements. It's a lot of information, but don't worry, you'll get a feel for it. And then you can just overstretch for a moment in the puppy, and we'll do some back bends. Okay, you guys, go ahead and lie down on your back. Just get there. Normally there's a vinyasa sequence, but I'll spare you. For now, you can just lie down. And we'll go through the 3 stages of a back bend. So the first stage is just getting our low body or our lower body part. Tuck the hips under, and then the knees track forward. That way, when you raise the hips up into your bridge, you have a neutral position in the pelvis. So you don't want to over back bend here. That's a common error. Instead, keep the knee, the hip, the rib, everything tied together, and you'll see a 45-degree angle. There's a little pull through your heel, so you feel your hamstrings and everything here supporting. And this is a small detail, but in your long-term back bend practice, it will make a big difference. So instead of holding the postures with the back, we hold the posture with the legs like we want it. Now, this is level 1 or stage 1. You can always stay here. Such a good pose. Enjoy. If you want to go to stage 2, we're going to actually do that same overhead position that we were just practicing. Okay, so the hand is by the ear. The elbow will be going straight back toward the rear wall. And then all you're going to do is a little push, and you'll maneuver onto the head. And from here, you can reset. So this is the wrestler's bridge or Setu Bandhasana. You want to feel the legs are still your support system. The back is still neutral. And then all we're going to do is straighten the elbow. So it's the same thing we did a moment ago. You want to send the chest back. And then as you're ready, all you do is straighten out the arm and you breathe. 1, nice and easy. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Try to rest on the head. This is the wrestler's bridge, the WrestleMania bridge, and you want to feel the legs are working, everything feels solid. So just to give you a bit more context, I could actually go onto the forearm here, and you see how it's the same position from earlier. Yeah. So all I would do then is add the elbow straightening, and I'm in business. For 2, as you breathe, look to the nose. 3, 4, and 5, slowly to come down. Tuck your chin and rest. You know, they say yoga is so relaxing, but I think that's at the end. So take a moment to hold the knees in, give yourself a little side to side just to loosen up. And this is good to know. You can feel that the leg bone is sinking into the hip joint. And what you'll notice in these postures is that, yeah, there's a muscle stretching part, but so much is fitting the joints together nicely. And then that helps you to feel more at ease in the forward fold. Let's try that. So if you just rock and roll up, and we'll do a fold. And I'm a big believer in macro bending the knee so that when you go forward, just like you do on your back, you feel super relaxed. And then when you breathe, all kinds of great things happen. You start to unwind the pose, and naturally your knees, everything straighten. But it's great though. It doesn't happen by force. It's happening by being just in tune with the natural responses of the body. And then very gradually, we'll sit upright. We're going to begin the shoulder stand position. In the shoulder stand, the arms, the shoulders should be elevated. So instead of keeping that down, think about the shoulders going up and back, up and back. I'll show you. Up and back. The other thing is that you're making a framework for the body. That means that everything is quite strong and engaging. So rather than swinging the weight up into the neck, we want to think about supporting through the corset muscle and the pelvic floor, so your bandha. Now, you can use the wall to great effect with these poses. All I would do is I would start on my back and then gradually walk the feet up the wall so I could control how much pressure is on the neck. But I'll show you a bit more of the conventional pose. So, Sarvangasana, the shoulder stand. Go ahead and point your feet out. Stretch your arms up for a counterweight, inhaling. Now look into your navel and curl down. Squeeze your heels against the floor. Keep your butt tight as you slowly control your roll down, and we'll pause. Now just bend both knees up. I'll talk you through with the bent knee variation. It's just a bit easier to control things when the legs are bended. Now, remember what I said, the shoulders are going to be up and back slightly, so you have a bit of elevation. Inhaling. Now, just to get the feeling here, lift your head and look down to the navel. Now, you want to feel that you're activating through the corset muscles, so it feels a bit like a crunch movement. Now, we're going to swing the legs up. You push down through the hands, inhale, and with a good exhale, swing the legs up. You put the head on the floor again, and the hands are supporting the back. If you are not comfortable with this, you go down. No need to rush it. Gradually, we're going to move the legs up though. Now, just like all of the poses, as you loosen up, you can walk the hands up higher and your body naturally starts to deepen into the position. But there's no rush really. It's super comfortable. 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep sending the weight of the legs onto the arm. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Halasana, the plow. For this one, imagine piking just from the hip joint and lower down the feet. Now, the feeling is that the sitting bones, the hips, are lifting up toward the ceiling. If you had a piece of rope from the sky that were holding you, it would feel so much easier. If your legs and everything feel comfortable, you can interlace your fingers and reach the arms in opposition as you breathe. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Karnapidasana, the ear pressure pose. Bend both knees. You can use your hands to self-adjust in this pose. The feeling is that the weight of the legs are stretching your back. Slowly, slowly. Make sure your neck is happy. If not, just come on down. As you breathe, breathe into the back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hands to the mat, same position we started. Now we're going to do a reverse curl. Keep your knees bended so you can control the movement from your center. Use your abdominals to support you. Use your hands, the arms to support as you make your way down. And then the fish pose. So in the fish, we're going to do this as a classic fish, I call the long tail fish. For this one, the legs are straight and walk your thumb under the sitting bone. Now your elbows are back a little bit. Keep your feet together. The feet just stay on the floor. Now push down the elbow and lift up the chest. Scooch on to the top of the head. And you want to feel that your chest is lifted, your throat is open, and look to the nose drishti. 2, 3. As you loosen up, you might be able to walk your head under. 4, 5, 6. You can unhinge the jaw. 7, stretching the throat. 8, 9, 10. Now what? Inhale, we'll lift the head and then just come down. Hey, bring both knees in. We're going to rock and roll and do a vinyasa. So take your time as you transition. The head is in, and we'll just rock and roll up to seated. So pretty easy in the vinyasa practice today. You can just cross your feet, step the hands forward, and step back. Let's just go through that same sequencing where you're lowering all the way down. This is just a good practice. Even if you're an expert, it's good to go through these movements. The hips are pushing down into the floor. The legs are tight and strong like chopsticks. Thumbs level to the heart. So you have that pulling movement. You can feel your back as you inhale. Then exhale, you can push back. For the headstand, bend both knees to the mat. And we're already prepared because we've been working on those shoulder movements. So in the headstand, the same setup with the elbows is the starting point. There's a small difference because you do have your fingers laced. And my best advice for the headstand is that there's very little weight on the head. The pressure, the strength in this pose is a framework. So if you were to imagine that you were maybe doing some crunches, some type of action like this, that your arms are a part of that structure with your midsection. That is very much the case in the headstand. The elbow is just here, that you can see it with your peripheral vision. The head is pushing into the hand, and that pressure will help you to create this framework for your headstand position. Very little weight on the head. Most of the pressure is in the arms. So the name of the pose can be a little confusing. So let me just show you how it's done. If you want to try, you can. If not, then stay with the dolphin. And there's a lot of great ways to use the wall, but we'll save that for future lessons. For today, the headstand, Shirshasana, clasp the opposite elbow. Pivot from the elbow, lace the fingers, and press down through the arm bones. You have a good pressure already. Knees are under the hips, just like you practiced. Now, notice my head is not yet on the mat, okay? So keep your head lifted just for the first part. Lift up your knees. So you're pushing away, just like we practiced a moment ago. Now, make a basket for your head, and you're going to tiptoe and place the head in the basket. Now, keep tiptoeing. And you might feel that the support is in the shoulders. It may feel natural for you to bring the knees in, and you might start from the mini headstand. Hey, if this is not working for you, then stay with this first position. Your dolphin is also an excellent way to build not only the muscle strength, but also your body awareness. Now, if you're good here, you can always take the knees to the next setting. And we're trying to line everything up. So you've got your rib cage pulled in, your pelvis is neutral, the knees are right over the pelvis. And then eventually you might even straighten the legs. Now, the key here is to find that body line. Once you hit that center of gravity, it's kind of cool because the headstand can just sort of rest on its own framework. And this is actually the longest hold of all of the poses. Normally, this will be held for at least 25 breaths. And as you start to hit your body line, you'll feel that the effort greatly decreases. So just to give you a couple of other options here, the next phase is the half bending position. And for this, it's also good to start with the knees bended. Think about when the knees are bended, you just have a shorter lever. So for the half bended, you bend the knees. You're going to bring the knees down about hip height. If you imagine you're in like a chair pose or something, and you're just breathing here, nice and steady. So the knees straight is the same. It's just with the long lever as you breathe. You'll notice there's always a bit of compensation here. I would always work on lifting out of the pose. About 3 more breath cycles. And keeping your balance. So as you transit up, you're just moving the knees above the hips, the legs straighten as well. So you just feel the comfortable balance of the headstand. And then you can go down and take rest in the child's pose. Don't lift your head quite yet. 2 minutes rest after the headstand without raising the head. It's nice to close your eyes, and you might even see the bright light of the awakened intelligence. You can reconnect with the Ujjayi breath. And the Ujjayi is easy to lose. The joke with the Ujjayi breath is that it's a victory to keep breathing this way for the whole yoga practice. My earbud died. So take a moment and I'll just give you some cues with the Ujjayi. So the sound mechanism is just like whispering. If you were to open your mouth and inhale and exhale, just like a breathy sound, then inhale again. And as you exhale, the mouth closes. So keep breathing here. So the breath has sound. It has a feeling. You can feel the breath deep in the back of the heart. And the breath has a rhythm to it. So try to get a sense of that rhythm of your breath. When you inhale, breathe all the way in until you're full. And when you exhale, breathe all the way out until you're empty. We'll do one more vinyasa today. Synchronizing with the breath as you inhale, the head up, the hands under the shoulder. And we'll step back to the plank. Inhale, facing upward dog. Exhale, facing downward dog, and then sapta, step, jump through to seated, and we'll stretch out the legs. The closing series. So sitting with the legs comfortably crossed, you can sit crisscross applesauce. You can take the lotus variation, inhaling. And yoga mudra, for this, you can bind the arms back, left arm and then right. And as you exhale, the forward fold. As an option, you can also walk the hands forward. If the head doesn't yet touch the floor, try stacking the fist so that you can easily rest the head on the stack. In this position, the gazing point is to the eyebrow center, the third eye, and you're breathing, remember, with sound, with feeling, and with rhythm. So you're counting the measures of your breath. And that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I inhale, we'll sit upright. With the palms up on the knees, join the index finger and the thumb. I'm going to help us to find the rhythm of our breath now. So we'll just start together, everyone, with the exhaling breath. And then all together, we'll inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Continue. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3 more breaths. Ten. Utplutahi. The breathing is a little faster in Utplutahi. Pushing away the floor with your arms. You'll feel the underside of the shoulder working while pulling up through your center. Keep the legs lifted. Everything pulls up and in. The uprooted lotus. Ashto. Prepare. Utplutahi. 25 breaths. Now I inhale, lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 25. Exhale, have a seat. Always a dynamic practice. So relaxing. Hey, we're going to take rest. I'm going to step forward and chat into the camera for a moment, but I would always recommend taking a little rest after your yoga practice. Doesn't need to be the longest shavasana ever, but it's nice to relax for a moment. Just to say goodbye before you take rest, though, if you have any questions, feel free to message me. This is the technically the last week of the live challenge on YouTube, but I would love to hear from you. Perhaps we will continue with something like this. I have been considering a few projects, so stay in touch. Definitely sign up for the Substack. It's a great place to stay in touch. I have a normal old-fashioned newsletter and blog and everything, but just reach out to me in the comments. Everything is there. So thank you so much. Again, this is all from the Mysore Challenge book, and this is the week 4 of the Mysore Challenge. It's been amazing. I've learned so much, and I hope you have too. I've definitely heard from people, which is so cool, and I love to hear about your getting into Ashtanga. I'm not sure if it's the best yoga practice, but I do know it's something that's quite consistent. And I believe that yoga, any of these practices, it really works through the consistent effort, and you'll continue refining what you're doing as you're going. So enjoy yourself, enjoy the process. There will be many wonderful peaks, and then, of course, wonderful valleys along the way. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you on the internet. Until then, thank you very much. Om Namah Shivaya. Bye, everyone. In the stream.